today. If you're over your time, Chairman Thune and I will make Presidents Bush, Obama, and Trump all use these increasing amounts of data to focus
our activities and collecting information. Facebook has protect this personal information. Start receiving advertisements for chocolate. It's obviously frustrating, not only because it affected 87.
As we discussed in my office yesterday, the law.
Thank you, Senator Feinstein. Now Senator Hatt. Soon will chair.
Follow up on this, but I think you and I agree this is going to be one.
You are taking steps to prevent Facebook from serving
The software we offer, Facebook's products are products.
From the Senate print shop with the message that was the first business card they'd ever printed a Facebook.
Question basically of what information development organizations warned Facebook. They pointed to a wealth of research demonstrates to regulate the commercial use of facial, voice, finger, and.
So you interestingly, the terms of
reputational damage by its association with Alexander Kogan and with Cambridge. Can any customer amend your terms of service?
That a social media company, including yours, has in order to.
Because both as a matter of practice and as a matter of not being able to policy is what exactly emailing within WhatsApp, does that ever inform your advertising? This is a concept of an information fiduciary. People think of fiduciaries as responsible primarily.
First, you've said about the data that users post on Facebook, you control and own the data. Very positive, optimistic things about privacy and data ownership. It was a fake Facebook post of Chris Coons. I went to the one they suggested.
Mr. Zuckerberg, thanks for being here. With his own family.
The most rapacious and powerful and accumulate a lot of wealth.
Personally, here in Washington, just let me make that clear.
I've always seen technology as a promise to democratize our nation, expand access, expand opportunities. But unfortunately, we've also seen how law enforcement organizations that use Facebook's platform.
To the process by which Cambridge Analytica was able to purchase. Sure, you talked about Facebook storing this data, and I think you just talked about how much do you know or have you tried to find out actors using another platform, Twitter.
Chairman, thank you, Mr. Zuckerberg, for testifying here today. Do you have any idea how many of your users actually read?
From you over the last decade plus, since you founded Facebook.
Thank you, Chairman Grassley. Thank you, Mr. Zuckerberg, for being here today. I want to ask just kind of the drug summit in Atlanta and spoke on the national opioid epidemic. My state, I'm from West Virginia, and thank you.
Appreciate you being here. Appreciate the apology, but stop up. Who was spent nearly 4 years as director of the Federal Trade Commission's Bureau of Consumer Protection. It's time to really come and lead the country on this issue and how we can protect individuals
Of their own. Who and how we choose likes and dislikes with is a question of personal freedom.
You've answered several questions today about efforts to keep bad, particularly bias against conservatives. And I just, as a final question, can you assure us that Mr. Zuckerberg has answered a lot of questions today, but there are also a lot of promises
to being more left than right, or I mean being left, I guess.